PS, or the People's Democratic Party, recently. There are allegations out there that it was because the governor refused to share state resources with party leaders. That's why a lot of you got angry with him, which snowballed into a crisis in the defunct ACM before APC was formed, and that it was a primary consideration for your defection to the PDP. What's your reaction to this, sir?
Those who are saying that do not know the genesis of what has happened in Ogun State after the election of 2011. As you know, we all worked very hard to install that government. But I can assure you, and I'm saying it emphatically, that immediately that the governor got the ticket, he refused to pick the calls of so many of us, including myself. He will not call him, he will not pick his phone, just immediately. And after that, he told us that the complaint was that we did not share elective offices with him. But we told him that he getting the governorship ticket, it's equivalent to 3 senators, equivalent to 9 House of Rep members, and also equivalent to 26 assembly members put together. And beside that, he has all the privileges, all the patronage of the state in his hand. Why does he want to share the House of Assembly and the House of Representatives? That was the first problem we had. And he said he was leaving the party. He left. And for one reason, he decided to come back. He came to my house here at Italy more than 4 or 5 times. And my house at Lagos too. He came several times and attempted to get the ticket. So after he said he will come back, we agreed that he should come back. Again, I will give him the ticket. And from that time, he wasn't started not picking anybody's phone call, including myself. So the question of trying to share the resources of the state with him is out of it. But as a matter of fact, there was nothing to share with him in the state, because immediately he got the ticket, I knew that the party itself is in for a problem in the state. So whoever is saying that because he refused to share resources, he just doesn't know what actually happened in the Ogun State. So nothing to share with him.
But the question remains that during which you were the Deputy Governor, you were in the Alliance for Democracy, you were in the Action Congress, later the Action Congress of Nigeria, and now going to the PDP. And all these political parties I mentioned were parties that everybody believes have tendencies towards the Awolowo school of political thought. Why PDP? Why did you decide to go for PDP at this time?
You see, there are certain things many of us do not know. Know for sure that there's no marked difference between all the political parties in Nigeria today. So it's a question of semantic. Some people saying they are progressive and some are conservative. There's no dividing line between them. So you look at those at APC today. They amass wealth like any other person. Those are not progressive in nature. They are not. Look at all those who are championed the cause of progressivism in Nigeria today. You will see that they are arch capitalists amassing wealth all over the place. So, and you can see in Ogun State, those who are saying that they are progressive, the wealth of Ogun State is being shifted to Lagos State for one person. and they will turn around to say that person is a progressive. But there's no dividing line. You can see that Baba Tope was with Shivaolo during the time of the UP. He's been in PDP for some time now. I think from inception.
From inception.
He has been with the PDP. So how many of them are more progressive than Baba Tope? So many like that. Look at Adedayo. Adedayo now in Ekiti State. He was the very progressive. But if you really sit down and see what these people are doing, you just know that it's just by word of mouth they are preaching progressivism. So in any case, I believe that there's no dividing line between all the political parties as we have them in Nigeria today. As a matter of fact, I know that PDP is even more democratic than many of these political parties. Okay, they will make sure that there is primary in PDP. They will make sure you have primaries. But you can't say that for many of the other parties. So I say that we will say we are choosing our own candidate, but the fact remains that in politics today, you will discover that it's only PDP that insists on having primaries to elect their candidate.
But the thing is, with you from leaving the party, are there things you might want to consider if such cards are put on the table for you to go back to the APC? Is there any point of return for you, anything to consider in going back?
No. I'm not going back to APC. It wasn't my own decision alone. It was the decision of the Wale group. So I'm just a leader of the group. And it was a general decision that we should move to PDP. And yes, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu called me when he was in Britain and told me that we should not decamp until he comes back, and that he will come back before the Ileya festival. He called. But at that time, the decision had been taken. So when he came back, he called me. But I felt that so a decision has been made, and we are going to stand by that decision. He also sent the deputy governor to call me. So when I picked the phone, and it was the deputy governor, and he said, Tinubu want to speak with me. I said, at that point, I don't want to talk. I've already decamped PDP. There's no basis for any talk for now. The reason is this: when this matter started, I myself, the deputy governor, Alhaji Rafiu, and Honorable Bodwin from Central, we went to see Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and laid all the problems in Ogun State before him. That was before the local government election, when they were picking candidates. And we noticed that the thing was not being done properly, and party people were not being carried out. So we went to complain to him. He said he will look into it. We also went to complain to PC, the chairman of the party. And he said he will look into it, but they didn't do anything. That's one. Secondly, most of the aggrieved people went to Lagos to complain to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They came back. Some of them came back very late in the night and told